Alex did a good job of pitching. Yeah, no doubt about it. I think probably guilty of overthrowing a little bit, especially early. But he had a impressive run of being able to make some really tough count pitches and using his secondary stuff to get him out of trouble. It was not something you normally see from a kid's first start.
Did you have pitch count to get him out at, or was that just getting entering that from a high stress?
Yeah, he was at the point. It was time, and he pushed it as long as he could, and you could tell some of his fastball command was starting to leave, and we need to get some help.
Did you expect that to be 5-9 zone to be a portion?
No, I didn't really know what we were going to see. Just trusting the fact that he's built up still. He's fine to go as long as it looks good, and when it didn't look good, it was time. It was time. Incredible. Yeah, incredible. I said that early on. I think it's better than what he even realizes, and Yachty sees that too. Yachty did. That was one of the best called games we've seen in a long time. I don't know of many catchers that would go in there with a guy that has the potential to throw 100 and make the 2-0 and 3-2 calls that he made, and instill confidence into Alex that he can make those pitches if he does get behind, and to go ahead and throw the fastball, and he's got other stuff that can get him out of a jam. That's stuff that you just don't get very often, and they work extremely well together, and Alex got the most out of his stuff. I'd like to see him, obviously, not quite so jumpy and excited to let it eat all the time, because the ball just continued to come up in the zone. But overall, just a very, very impressive job of pitching.
What's the degree of difficulty for the people have to do that coming in with what they had?
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, nothing's going to be easy for the rest of the way out. We got to get it done. We like Duke in that situation. It would have been nice if a check swing goes our way in that particular time, but I think that one probably could have gone either way. And that one ended up costing a base, which ended up costing a run. But these guys are accustomed to figuring out a way to get us out of jam, and that's what they've done well, and they'll continue to do well. Just tough spot today.
Do you think some of the – you didn't have a lot of hits in the last 2 games. Do you think some of it's because it's a team you haven't faced and pitchers you don't know that well, or maybe you're as a pro, so you don't know?
We had more than they did. So, and actually we had some research on that thing about pitchers we hadn't seen before, guys that hadn't been here very long, and actually our stats aren't bad. Actually, they're pretty good. Over a 6 ERA on guys that we're seeing for the first time. So I think we've got to throw that one out the window. It just seems like it stands out when we have somebody that's young and hasn't had a lot of experience, and they have some success and they pitch deep. We remember those games that they do that. But overall, it's actually just not true, and that's something we got to make sure that we're not buying into. But we had some opportunities. We missed a couple things. We're 2 opportunities to get the run over from second base. We're wanting guys to drive the ball and try and figure out how to get them to third or get them in. We missed both of those, and it's just in a play late that Brandon made an aggressive effort on. And I know in hindsight he wants to take that out, and that's kind of the conversation we had. But we're going to let guys use their instincts also.
I think it's funny that if Krichik's throw had just been like an inch different, it was an amazing throw from Krichik. So
yeah, he made a great throw. Yep. And had a great at bat early in the game, too.
How much does that runner play in Max's decision? He didn't bring contact.
We talked about it early on, even when we were out on the mound, about kind of our position and our thinking, and the ball right at the guy in the corner. We're all right with taking a look at trying to take a shot at home, and emphasizing the fact when you have speed on different bases, who's where. So Moss had an idea, and I think he came up. If he'd probably come up with a little cleaner, he'd have probably had a little better shot. But wasn't a terrible idea, because if he throws him out, we're all saying it was an incredible play, right? Ball just got away a little bit and ended up being a situation that you allow that winning run to move to third with less than 2 outs, and that's a tough spot to get out of.
Sometimes you tell the guys if you leave your feet, take the out like that.
Basically, the communication is hard at you, and you can get him, go ahead. Otherwise, we're going to be playing deep. And, for the most of the infield, the 2 guys in the middle were playing back. We're going to take the out and take our chances getting them in the 8th or 9th. On the corners, it's going to be a little bit more of you got to trust what you see. And Brandon took a chance there, and we we don't mind that. Once again, he throws him out at home. You know, we're all pretty excited about the choice he made.
I got on the one game at a time, and that's, you know, the philosophy. But you said sometimes he gets late in the year, they feel a little different. You told me that late, you start to feel a little
No,
different.
one game at a time. The same thing tomorrow, and show up and play good baseball.
You were saying there about the starters, almost anecdotally, it stands out when there's a young guy who goes from one pitch. How does that factor in when it's from a reliever's bullpen? When somebody from the other league, you don't see all that often, and kind of specialize in that. Maybe retired the last 17 guys.
You know, just about every team in this league, the back end of their bullpen, when they're tighter, their head's going to be really good. So you got to scratch and claw for everything you get. It's kind of teams that we've scored against in the past too. So they have the same going against them. So, I mean, as far as the unfamiliarity goes, but we don't use that as an excuse. We know that you're going to get in there and grind and try to make something happen. Just couldn't make it happen tonight. Oh yeah, I mean we got our back against the wall. We needed to punch out, and he's our guy, and try to figure out how to make something happen. He's done it before. He pulled a Houdini act for us, and so it would have been nice to have been able to work that out. He almost got out of there with a tie, and that would have been a success as well. But you know, that's pushing him, trying to get 5 outs. Had to push Bowman a little bit too. We just didn't have Segrist available tonight. He's good, but we got to be smart. I mean, last two nights he's gone 20 and 18 pitches, and that's too much.